Back about almost a year ago, I presented an award to the AVIT,
AVIT, it's all the same.
AVIT,
Dante,
it's like
Dante, it's all the same.
Same thing. Group who won the award for best commercial install over $1 million. So that's probably the biggest award in the Australian market that you can win for an AV installation. And so took the opportunity to say hello and meet the guys, and this came up as an opportunity for us to do. He's the Director of Sales and Satisfaction.
Customer Satisfaction, R&D and Broadcast Solutions. Yep.
All that stuff.
It's titled this long.
Yeah, okay, I'll pick the Director of Sales bit. How about that? At the AVIT Group. So AVIT Group is a relatively small Australian integrator.
20 people, we're quite small.
So do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, sure. I'll actually come out and be personable for a change. Thank you, Chris. So I'm Adrian Davis. I do stuff at the AVIT Group, whatever you want to call it, same with Dante, as I said before. We use a lot of Dante, and we'll go through some of that today. My background actually is originally as a musician. So I used to be a multi-instrumentalist, playing up and down the East Coast and flying all around the place for different people. And then went to university, a Bachelor of Contemporary Music, fell in love with production, really got cranky with ether sound and Cobranet that I used to use. And then in 2009, I got my hand on a couple of PV Media Matrixes. We were just talking about this outside. And all of a sudden, the IT guys were a little bit happier for me to be on network rather than a layer 2 protocol that kind of blasted through the trunks.
Good old Dante microphone, by the way. You'll
Yeah, Dante end-to-end here. So you're actually hearing us from this RF, Dante into a, I think we're going through the core today, going through a QSYS Core Flex 8, so I'll get my brain right. Out to Yamaha Nexo amps, and then out to you guys.
So the AVIT Group, it's a relatively new name to me in the group. So when did it come about? How did you guys?
Yeah, we're from a much larger company many years ago. So we actually all came through Rutledge Engineering. Most of us worked there at some point in our lives or had interactions with us. And then we felt that there needed to be a change in the market where places like this, where people want to do something a little bit different and have the care factor and customer service that they didn't get from a larger company. So we split off, and now we're becoming a SME larger company as well, and we're going through the pain points of growing through that. But all engineers, all nerds first, all AV people first. We do the regular bread and butter, boardrooms, you know, all that kind of stuff. Sydney Motorsport Park, so all the audio around the site, which is still using Media Matrixes to this day. Phil will get up me for saying Media Matrix. And it again, using Dante throughout the whole site, so we get audio everywhere. We do broadcast installations, and it's really good that we've got AES-67 interop because some of the broadcast manufacturers are a little bit slow to catch up to everything, even though Dante's been around for a very long time. So we use that interop quite a bit, particularly with the stuff we've got here.
Yeah, okay. All right, so let's talk about where we are. So how did you guys get involved in making this installation a reality?
So this is a interesting one. So I worked with a company called HyperX many years ago that did esports first in Australia. They did a whole heap of stuff down Entertainment Quarter, where they had a whole cinema that they pulled apart and turned into an esports arena. Those people moved over here. I did some events with them. I built a 10-button game show for some particular corporate client. And then many years later, they came up and said, hey, we've got this crazy idea. We've built this esports venue down in Melbourne. We want to do it in Sydney, but we had a really bad experience and want to do it properly. That's literally how it came about, just from being involved.
Right, so did you guys actually sit down and work with them on designing the system from the ground up?
Yeah, so from that point, they're like, here's all the pain points that we've had in Melbourne, and it was a laundry list that kind of went across the room. And so we went, well, hang on, let's start from scratch. Let's work out what you want your end user experience to be. Has to be high quality, has to be broadcast, has to be ready to go at a drop of a hat. So the whole infrastructure here is built on that. So we sat down, we worked with manufacturers like Ross Video to do the video side of things, Samsung for the screen. And the audio stuff was really easy because I'm like, it's got to be Dante. Like, can we just do that? Then it's easy. We can route things anywhere. We can use QSYS. We can build it to do whatever we need to do. And then we started doing some proof of concepts that worked. Then we designed and sold the job and then had a very compressed timeline to get this place up and running.
Right.
And then our commissioning schedule was supposed to be 3 weeks. I did 3 days to get it up and running. Ready for media the next day. So that's fun. So I can take you through all of the stuff in here at any point, right from top down.
Yeah, so you sort of hinted at the role of Dante on the audio side,
yeah,
everything we're hearing right now, but you're under pressure, you're trying to get it going.
Oh, that was not the problem.
Dante was just...
No, that was just
yeah.
click, done. Thank you very much. Put IP address in, go. Like that, Dante from our side of things is never a problem. It just works. And if it doesn't work, then we're not on our switches. We're usually on client switches, but we do all the pre-work up front. Mm-hmm. And it's usually like, oh, what are you trying to do? Oh, you're trying to do some weird static route in the back end. But for the most part, it's on the right VLAN. It just works.
Right. Yeah, just one question, the networking in here, did you provide that as well? Or?
No, we didn't. It was another company provided the networking. Dell was a major sponsor of Fortress, so it's all Dell switching. Mm-hmm. We had some very interesting PTP issues in here with some of their enterprise switches, which were not designed for real-time communications, but they'll do 5 gig to a port. So we worked with Dell to sort that out, and now they've actually moved over to Netgear for their entire AV over IP solution.
So they've created a separate...
Yep, correct.
Okay, all right, cool. Okay, well, what I would say is we want to kind of get started on...
Yeah, you get into it, yeah.
Thank you very much for giving us the
Before
background.
you do, please make sure you put your headphones on when you're playing Pac-Man and use the team chat feature. It's a Glen Sound product, and guess what it's using? Hey, there it is. So make sure you have a play with it. It's awesome. Anyway, I'll get out of here. Thanks, Chris.
No.